All right, what is going on, everyone? It is the weekend. There's not really too much to talk about on the chart, so it will be a shorter video. I'm going to try something out a little bit different today. So if you have been watching the channel for a while, just make sure to stick around to the end, get my full thoughts on things. But what we're going to talk about is why the most likely case for Bitcoin is to go to $250,000. Let me know down in the comments if you think we're actually going to go higher than that, just because of the new fundamentals we're having, the new catalyst with Trump being elected will become a reserve asset and send us to $1 million. Or do you think I'm crazy for thinking we're going that high? And what I'm going to base this off of is purely the break of all-time highs last cycle, and just saying that, hey, we went up 240% after breaking all-time highs last cycle before entering this extended distribution period. And why I think we could actually go higher than this is because, like I just said, those catalysts from Trump. And look at this distribution period, right? This took a very, very long time to play out. But what if we have something more similar to 2017, where it is just a true below off top? This chart doesn't go all the way back to see the full parabola here, but this was a parabola that built for quite some time before finally ramping up into its final angle attack after an extended period of time. Could we be in the beginning stages of that, and we have our below off top in 2026 at $1 million per Bitcoin? Maybe, right? So we got to think about that. If we were to assume this is when the 4-year cycle naturally tops out, and that this was manipulation in the markets, then we would want to extend the parabola out to something more akin to this, right? And maybe last cycle was diminished more excessively than it should have been. Maybe BlackRock was manipulating the price back here so they could accumulate more during the bear market to finally send us on up to that final blow off top, the dot-com bubble for crypto. And they don't plan to sell their bags to $1 million in 2026. But let's go ahead and talk real quickly about why I said $250,000 at the beginning of this video. 240% here. We go to the break of all-time highs, very similar fractal. It took a little bit more time in this consolidation range, but we would be looking for a 240% move, which would land us smack dab right at $250,000 per Bitcoin. And if you're just going based off fractals, this is your most likely outcome. Yes, you could say diminishing returns, we're probably going to do a little bit less than that. Maybe we only go up to 200 or 150, maybe because of the catalyst that we might be mirroring something more similar to gold's market cap with the reserve asset potentials with backing the US dollar, etc. We go up much higher than that, and maybe we do a 300 to 400% parabola going to $500,000 per Bitcoin. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about price targets going forward. What's the most likely outcome, especially if you are new here on the channel? Would love to hear your thoughts on that. But yeah, jumping back in here to the shorter term time frame, what do I expect to happen? Probably just a continuation on up. Trend is still your friend to the end of the trend. These highs are actually pretty poor up here. We don't have any tailing wicks through this like this, so a lot of positions up here, a lot of short positions that still need to get taken out. So fairly bullish in the short term. Don't really think we're going to see anything too scary here. Maybe some flash crashes to take out long positions, but really nothing other than that, especially because Bitcoin dominance is still pretty high, right? We've talked about how I wouldn't really get concerned until Bitcoin dominance starts hunting down till potentially all the way at these lows at around 40%. Maybe we don't go to that low this cycle, but certainly would expect at least a drop off here on the dominance chart and more retail euphoria into more risk on assets outside of Bitcoin for the actual topping area, right, where we would look to potentially start selling. You know, we even have total 3 getting above this sweep level we've been talking about, right? Was a little bit cautionary when we got down here, right, because we swung failed that, but was pretty optimistic we were going to get back above that, and we have now gotten back above that, not only, but we have gone ahead and back tested it as support. So altcoins are primed for the true pump. Now I do think you're going to see that rotation into risk on. You're going to see dominance start to fall off relatively shortly here. Maybe we do go into 2026, but my base case is still the same. Basically, that stuff at the beginning of the video was just kind of throwing some ideas out there. I want to get people's thoughts because I know a lot of retail is returning to the markets. So some of these videos are going to be me fishing for ideas, not necessarily my base case. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I'm very conservative here, and I'm going to stick to that conservative take. But of course, I'm trying to see what sentiment's like. I got some comments in my last video saying that I was crazy for thinking a top come in that soon with XRP running, and we definitely, you know, might see some of that stuff pull back, and I'm not very confident that we're going to see a top come in as soon as I was warning potentially of in Friday's video, but I do think it's going to come sooner than most people expect, especially if the general consensus is a blow off top in 2026 around $250,000 to $500,000 per Bitcoin. But yeah, it's Sunday. We'll get more into the charts tomorrow and following throughout the week. Not really too much to look at today, but if you do have any questions about anything I talked about or just want to join the community for this channel, link to my Discord is in the description down below. Also got a bunch of exchange partners down there, so feel free to use those links to sign up, especially Blowfin. If you do leverage the trade, they got a really nice futures bonus right now. 10% cash back on anything you deposit up to $10,000, so you can get a free $1,000 to trade with. Don't miss out on that. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.